Burn up a little.
Yep.
For now, I'm going to make sure the match is out. Okay. Maybe that's not the best thing to do.
I just leave it on the ground for now.
Okay.
Make sure you grab them.
Now that you hear that kind of whisper, it's trying.
So we let it go. The goal is to heat up that loop, and the wind is blowing that way. So I'm going to turn this.
You see the fuel in there before I lit it? It was liquid down in there.
Okay.
It'll look wet.
Shit.
And then when you do a lot of it, it'll come out and do it too. And I can see like sometimes it'll be standing, but a lot of times it'll just get kind of moist there. And normally it will be a little.
So John, what did you just learn about?
How to light a stove without getting frostbite, which I guess I could see could definitely happen.
Or singed eyebrows?
Yes, I still have my eyebrows is the important thing.
That's good.
I don't even have to count.
This is Mount Erebus. It's 23 miles away.
What he's really saying is
probably over a second.
my wall up. Oh, there's someone from the carp shop here. Where is he? Carp shop? There you go. Hand that guy a saw and have him build the wall, because he's going to do a better job than everyone else here. I pretty much guarantee that. The brick wall. Stagger your seams as much as you can. Not a difficult concept, I don't think, for most of us. If there's a few seams lined up, that doesn't matter. But what does make life a lot easier is to do one row, level that off with a saw, get another row on. Otherwise, your wall, by the time you get up to 3 feet, 3.5 feet, it's going to start to look really stupid. And not just that, it's going to become really unstable. Does that all make sense? Any questions on building walls? Well, the straighter that wall is, the better too. It's just going to make life easier once you actually start putting tents up. So that's what we're going to do for quite a while now. So figure out some sort of teamwork to do that in. What I might do is grab the banana sleds, get a few people dragging sleds back and forth, maybe get 2 people only building the wall, 2 or 3, and then people taking the blocks off of the sleds, giving them to whoever's building. And I usually start in the middle of the wall and kind of build outwards. That way I can have a team working each way, because we got a lot of people here. We can crank this thing out fast, right?
Here we are at Happy Camper Camp. This is our group out on the sea ice. We've got people who are doing things like digging snow trenches to spend the night in. We got people who are sitting there cooking dinner. And we got some others who are just kind of hanging around. There's our tent line. Probably a balmy, close to...
Hi, Mom. Where's Stanley? Or what was your little guy?
Flat Stanley.
Your little guy?
He's back in the backpack.
Okay.
So what you doing down there?
Cooking.
And what was for dinner?
Well, I personally had beef stroganoff. There's been black beans and rice and teriyaki chicken. Vegetarian meal. Just like home.
And was it good?
Adequate. It was warm.
And given the current conditions, that was okay.
Oh, yes. It was perfect.
Here is a snow trench extraordinaire. some of the gear that's down inside it. Notice the architecturally engineered arched roof. Truly a masterpiece.
Live to see it still standing in the morning.
And you think it'll be comfortable and cozy in there?
Absolutely. If you're 4'2".
Wow. It's like the root cellar.
Expecting tornado.
Yeah.
So this
Very
is where you go
impressive.
before you get carried off to Oz.
Dome.
Would you care to make any comments about your architectural masterpiece here?
Well, we're attempting to make a ditch/igloo, and I think the key problem is that the right-hand side seems to be tipping in a little bit. So we need to go back to the drawing board, like any good engineer, think it over, come up with a new design, and go back at it. So hopefully I'll have a place to sleep. If not, there's definitely some nice tents over there.
Well, this is just the beginning of the Ice Palace Deluxe that is going to be adjoining Carolyn's Ice Castle.
And Carolyn, what are the features of your home here?
Well, so far I have leg room. I think I can roll over, and I'm making a small nook to the side to put all of my valuables. Cup of tea.
The vault.
You know, my valuables. Good. Mostly my hand warmers, which I'll be using a lot. It'll be very valuable. And your pee bottle. Okay. And my pee bottle. My second spot for my pee bottle. Yeah.
Of the Scott tent.
Well, there was a guy named Scott, and he owned like a canvas company, and he thought he'd break.
Oh, is that on? That's on it.
Well, Scott used the tents, but you know.
All right,
When Scott used them, they didn't call them Scott tents.
Now, wait a minute.
I got an idea.
Who's Scott?
We can
Let's
make
have an
this work.
explanation
You
here.
can explain to me. Well, that's okay. All right, I got it. It's a teepee. A funky. It's a square teepee. What is the Scott? He's the guy that discovered something, did he not?
Yeah, he was in this area about 100 years ago, wandering around. So if you go back to the earliest 20th century, the huge race to the South Pole between the Norwegians and the English.
Oh, I'm serious. He was one of the guys in the race.
Right. So
Okay.
Scott led the English, and
Right.
Edmundson led the Norwegians. And so the Norwegians, seasoned explorers, and they had one goal on their mind, getting to the pole. And so they brought dog sleds, and it was just straight shot. I don't remember how long it took them, but I mean, they came back weighing more than when they left. Scott, on the other hand, they had various scientific goals in mind. And not only that, for whatever reason, the English kind of disdained the dog sleds. So everything was man-pulled or pony-pulled. And they're
They had horses.
going over these mountains here with man-pulled sleds. Weeks pulling up the glacier.
Well, all we did is build a camp,
And so,
and I'm good.
so they both actually made it to the pole. Adamson was first, and he left a note. A couple weeks, Scott and his guys showed up and found it. But unfortunately, Scott didn't make it back. And actually, when they found them, they still had the rocks and everything that they had collected.
What was that video we saw on that? Yeah, okay.